Yo, what's going on, guys? Xbox Gut. Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a very, very long time since I've created a video, and I'm back, ready to make some videos, man. I've got some content that I'm ready to make. I've got some ideas. Me and my boy Zag are going to be creating a video here pretty soon. I'm not going to say what it is, but yeah, me and him are going to be teaming up. We're going to be making some videos, man. It's going to be a good time. I know this isn't the normal decor that you guys are used to. I know I'm usually in my house or something like that making a video, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I have moved from my original place in the old, like the last video that I made, that house that I was in. I moved to a new house, and it's been so long since I made a video that I moved out of that house into my own apartment. I know, it's been a very, very long time, and yeah, we'll be back in my new apartment very, very shortly, and I got some stuff I just bought. Just seen the new Superman movie, so that should be a little telling on what I bought. It's not manga, but I just seen the new Superman movie, so see you guys very soon. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my new apartment. I'm not gonna show off all of the collection just yet. I'm gonna save a re-collection showing off video for you guys. I bought, like, dude, honestly, guys, I have bought maybe a couple of volumes in the time that I have haven't made videos, so there's not going to be much different, but I will say I haven't sold a single volume since I haven't made videos, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. I have every single piece of volume that I had before I stopped that I do today. So the kind of cool thing that I did today was last night I watched Man of Steel in anticipation for the new Superman movie, and I watched Man of Steel, and keep in mind, guys, that I've never actually explored Superman. I don't know anything DC. I don't know anything. I've seen Batman, the new one with Robert Pattinson, but I never actually got into DC or anything like that. So went to go see James Gunn's Superman today, and I gotta say, man, it's not gonna be like a full-on review or anything, but I just gotta say I loved it. Loved it way more than Zack Snyder's Superman, Man of Steel. I liked Man of Steel, is great, but definitely not as good as Superman by James Gunn. And you guys know me, I love manga. I love, stylistic stuff. I love stuff that's stylized. And James Gunn's Superman is literally I know you've probably heard it before, but it is a comic book brought to the screen, man. It looks like a comic book. It's super colorful, tons and tons of characters, tons of heroes, tons of villains. I mean, geez, it is a movie that does not hit its brakes ever, and I loved it all the way through the very, very final credits scene. And after the movie, I enjoyed it so much that I went straight to Barnes & Noble, where I love to buy manga. And I know they got a couple of issues of comic books there, and I was just wanting to sift around, see what kind of stuff they had for Superman. And I've never actually bought a comic book in my life. I know some manga fans do own comic books, and this is my breakout into owning some comic books, so let me just go ahead and show you what I bought. The first comic book that caught my attention immediately was, there's something that DC does with their comics, and they're called DC's Finest, and it's a collection of DC's finest issues of comics of a certain character, and this one is Superman, the first superhero, DC's Finest. This collects the first 8 issues of Superman, or 8 iconic issues of Superman that are running from 1938 through 1940, beginning the Superman saga and beginning the golden age of superhero comic books. So this was like, I had to pick this up because this is the origin of Superman. It literally says 1938 through 1940. I had to pick this up. It has 8 issues back here that you can see. And if you could look down here, there's a lot of runs, a lot of years that the comics run. So this is one of the I'm gonna probably buy a lot of these DC's Finest, because Batman is another character that I would love to get into. Flash is another character, but Superman is the main man today. So at Barnes & Noble, the second comic that I picked up was something that Angry Joe, he's a YouTube review guy. He plays video games, reviews movies, massive Superman fan, and he recommended Superman Red Sun, which is it's very, very, very different. If you can't see, Superman has not the S on his chest. he's not the protector of America, he's the protector of the Soviet Union, the Russians. So he's a Russian Superman, and as you can see on top, it's one of the best stories in the history of Man of Steel. Angry Joe said so as well, so you know, I had to pick it up. It's just something very, very, very different from the movie that I've seen today, and I thought that was awesome. I thought I'd definitely check out a darker Superman story. So next, what I want to do, my arm is getting tired from holding this damn phone. Jesus. The next story that I bought is completely separate from the Superman comic book line, the Silver Age, Golden Age, and Modern Age and stuff like that. This is it's called an Elseworld story. I'm sure if you're a comic fan or a manga fan, you've heard of this story. It is called Kingdom Come by Alex Ross. Yeah, this is one of the most iconic comic books ever made. I've watched like tons of videos on this comic book, and it's still just an elusive, like, this is like the Infinity War saga of the comic book, like of like DC, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, this one is super, super cool, and I'm not too sure about what the story actually is. All I know is that Lois Lane gets killed by Joker, and Superman doesn't lose his shit. He actually goes into hiding, and he doesn't want to fight as a superhero anymore. So it's kind of the Kingdom Come of Superman. And so, I mean, this story just looks incredible. The art is some of the sickest art I've ever seen in just anything. Like, look at some of these faces in the back of the book. Absolutely incredible. I can't wait to read this story. And then finally, last but not least, one of the last volumes that I wanted to buy. I just keep saying volume because I'm a manga guy, but one of the last issues that I wanted to buy was the death of Superman, man. You always hear about Doomsday fighting Superman and dying, Superman dying, and it being such a historic moment in comic book history. And you know, there was even news broadcasts talking about the death of Superman and how wild it was. So I think that's an issue that I really, really, really wanted to get into. Well, in my luck, I was able to go to a comic store that was actually down the street from my Barnes & Noble, and they had the death and the return of Superman, another Angry Joe recommendation. This thing is absolutely heavy as hell. This is the death and the return of Superman. This is the compendium. This collects the battle between Doomsday and Superman, which is the one that I definitely wanted to read, and the return of Superman and the fallout, the funeral, everything about that. That just to me sounds like one of the most interesting stories about Superman. I love the art style of some of these older comics, and it just makes me super, super interested in some of these, some of these comic books, man. I'm such a manga guy, and it's actually nice to read a page that has some color on it. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, this has been like a comic haul, man. I don't even know like what to even say. This is crazy. Kind of a coming back story. The return of Xbox Gut, rather, if you will. Yeah, this is awesome, man. I'm still super active, man. I play a ton of video games. I don't read as much manga. I'm currently reading Dorohedoro right now. I finished Toriko, which if you guys want a review like a year later after me reading Toriko, man, that was genuinely my third favorite manga of all time, behind Berserk and Gantz down there. And yeah, dude, it's the best shonen manga I've ever read in my life. Granted, I haven't finished One Piece or Dragon Ball Z, but dude, it is fantastic. So yeah, guys, if there's any like questions you guys have for me, I know I have been gone like a while. Got a new spot, man, and I'm ready to start reading some stuff, man. I'm ready to read material. I'm ready to read some comics. I'm ready to read some manga. I'm ready to watch some movies. I'm ready to play some games. And I'm always streaming on Twitch. I'm currently streaming Final Fantasy VII. I'm on like day 7 of playing through Final Fantasy VII. I'm like 20 hours in. Xbox Go 3 on Twitch. If you guys want to check in and watch that. Yeah, man, it's been a good time. It's been a nice break taking it from YouTube. I feel like it was needed. I feel like the passion was a little low. I feel like the rekindling is coming back, man. I feel good. And I'm ready to make some YouTube videos again, man. So look out for that video that I was talking about with me and Zach. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace, guys.